Hello Internet and welcome to my channel, because we haven't really had an introduction yet, have we? You don't know who I am or how this channel came into existence. We've just looked at the Nugget Bridge Invitational Games and this team inside out. I haven't actually talked about how I'm here sitting in front of this computer speaking into a microphone, and apparently you people out there are listening to this. Apparently, that's what they tell me anyway. But this whole YouTube business, I never set out to create a big channel or anything like that. I just wanted to have a bit of fun, something on the side. I thought it would be a bit different, really, and go with it, really, because there's not many people that do VGC on YouTube, and I thought maybe there might be a bit of a niche for it. Maybe people actually want to look at doubles now at VGC, because it's gained a lot of popularity recently. So the more content that we can put on YouTube, the bigger VGC is going to get, basically. And the bigger VGC can get, then the better the community, the better the games, everything, really. We want the VGC to grow. But as soon as I made this channel, I thought, well, yeah, I did want this to be like a little side hobby, but now I want to just go for it. I want this this channel to do well now. I'm going to work at making this channel quite good and entertaining. I want it to be something that people actually want to watch and maybe look forward to watching. It would be nice, wouldn't it? So we're here now, and I've uploaded the invitational games. So where do we go from here? Well, in this video, in a few minutes anyway, we're going to have a look at a game that was recorded while I was at Worlds. But in the future, I don't know. I don't have any massive plans, really. I will be asking around some top battlers for some games. I will be uploading games from the NPA, which is about to start. Anything else that I can get my hands on, basically. I've got some videos backed up from the Super Speed Doubles Wi-Fi tournament that was a couple of weekends ago. That was quite a fun tournament as well. But whatever I can get my hands on, anything VGC related, we'll go with, and I will hopefully enjoy narrating it, and hopefully you will enjoy listening to it. So, if you don't know me already, I will introduce myself a little bit. My name is Barry, also known on the internet as Baz Anderson. I've been playing Pokemon since Red and Blue came out, basically, but it was Black and White, the 5th generation, where I really got into competitive Pokemon, because that was when Wi-Fi was, random matchup, as it was called then, I think, actually came into the games. You could connect with your friends on Diamond and Pearl, and that game on the GameCube as well, but I didn't really know anyone that was into competitive Pokemon, and so I didn't have anyone to play. So as soon as Black and White was released with this random matchup feature, I was straight on it. I could make teams and actually play real people, which was different for me. Obviously there's the simulators online, but I think the barrier to entry for them was a little bit too high. I wasn't too, because it was like shoddy battle and net battle and all that back then when I was first looking into competitive Pokemon, and it wasn't too easy for me to get into. I wasn't too into it. It was all singles as well, so I wasn't too interested in that. But yeah, Black and White basically is where my interest in VGC started. I played a little bit in the VGC 11 season. I remember using Electros and Mienshao and things like that, which was quite fun, I suppose. But yeah, my interest in VGC soon grew, and I played a bit in VGC 12 as well. I think I learned quite a bit that year. I went to the national tournaments in the UK and France. Next year, 2013, was when I think people started to sort of become aware of my existence. I was picked to play in a UK versus Germany and UK versus Italy friendly that was streamed online, and I used a Trick Room team against Germany, and I used an early form of what would become my Nationals and Worlds team against Italy as well, which had Lipard on it and Breloom and all of those fun little friends that ended up taking me to Worlds. Yeah, that team. There's a bit of a story behind that team. I won't go into it in too much detail, but basically, we saw someone. We, as in me and Ben Kiriakou, we saw someone online using a Lipid and Breloom, and we really liked that combination, and so we tried to build something around it, and basically I really liked that combination, and coincidentally actually ended up with almost the same team that Sejun Park was using for his nationals as well. I think it was his nationals, and so yeah, there was a bit of confusion with that, but that was just a bit of a coincidence. But anyway, getting back onto track, I got 9th at Worlds last year, and I top cut all of the European nationals, so I did do quite well. This season I haven't done quite so well, but I won the Nugget Bridge Invitational. Things haven't gone so badly for me, but my adventures took me to the World Championships again in Washington DC this year, just as a spectator this year, but I did enter the last chance qualifier, and I got through a few rounds, but I got knocked out by a very happy Japanese fellow. But I think he got into the top 8 of the LCQ. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure what round I went out actually, but Worlds was a nice experience again. It was very nice to meet everyone and meet new faces as well. And even though this YouTube channel had only been set up for maybe a week, maybe not even that at the time, people were giving me such good feedback, and that has been such a catalyst to make me want to, really put effort into this channel and make it do well. People really enjoyed it, and it was nice to hear. I was quite surprised to hear that people actually did enjoy this so much. But yeah, I definitely appreciate that. It was very good. So I mean, I've never been like one of these people that ever wanted to sort of ask for, oh, like my video and share my video and all the rest of it. But obviously, it would be appreciated if you would do all of that, but, don't worry, I'm not going to sort of hound people to do it or anything. But yeah, I've talked for enough, so I think we should probably think about getting into this game. This game, by the way, was played on the Sunday of Worlds. I entered one side event on the Sunday of Worlds before the finals all started, and there was a couple of friends, there was a couple of other world competitors in this little 8-man side tournament as well. But I ended up getting to the final of this side event, and this is the final of the side event. It was against a Japanese guy. I didn't know who he was. He couldn't really speak much English. But he knocked out one of my friends in the round before this one, the semi-final. And he actually had a Woobat in his team. Or is it a Swoobat? The evolved version, I'm not sure which one it is. The one with Simple and Calm Mind and all the rest of it, which was quite interesting. I was hoping that he would bring that against me, but unfortunately he didn't. And we can see these are the 4 that he did bring. But let's actually get into the battle, because I've been rambling on for a bit now, haven't we? So, yeah, you didn't really sort of win much for like winning one of these side tournaments, but you got like some cards and like a playmat and whatever, but so there we go, we're getting into the game. So we can see that I'm not leading with a zoom roll for once. I can't remember the reason why, but obviously I thought Talonflame was the better option. But it's almost a mirror, but I've got my Raichu who's got ears. Scrafty. And basically I'm expecting this turn to be a dead turn, really. I'm expecting him to expect it to be a dead turn, as in a fake out on his Talonflame and he fakes out my Talonflame. So I protect my Talonflame in case he does want to Brave Bird it or whatever as well, but he actually surprises me by going for the U-turn, which makes me think this is probably a Choice Banded Talonflame, which is quite nasty. They can do quite a lot of damage, but I just go straight for the Thunderbolt on this Rotom that comes in, and we can see that's a nice chunk of damage. One thing that, when you're using the same team for such a long time, and you know your EVs and spreads, when you do damage to another Pokemon, you know what kind of spread they have got on their Pokemon. These little sort of instinctive things that you pick up. But I take my Talonflame out. It doesn't really have any business being in there because Amoonguss is a perfect switch in here, basically. He protects his Scrafty as I actually go for a Thunderbolt onto it, but he knocks out my Raichu first, which actually worries me to begin with, because as you can see, I'm actually bringing my Tyranitar in here, and Tyranitar never wants to go against Scrafty, and it doesn't really appreciate being burned or Hydro Pumped by a Rotom either. But basically, I know he's got a Talonflame in the back. I am suspecting his Kangaskhan is his last Pokemon. My mindset basically is, as long as neither of these Pokemon don't have the safety goggles, which they might do, I mean, you never know, but as long as they don't have the safety goggles, then I'm free to bring my Tyranitar in and just start setting up, basically. So that's what I do. I Mega Evolve, go for the Rage Powder, because Scrafty and Rotom cannot really do much to my Amoonguss, and my Amoonguss does have the Rocky Helmet as well, so as he's punching or crunching, my Amoonguss is going to be taking damage as well. So I start to Dragon Dance up here, and if he didn't foresee this coming, the Rage Powder and Dragon Dance, which he really should have, then he's definitely seen it now, and he needs to try and adjust and get the game going back in his favour. But this next turn he actually doesn't do any of that. He doesn't do either of those things. He keeps both of these Pokemon in, which allows me to sell further, but we're getting a bit ahead now. He obviously anticipates my Crunch on his Rotom now, because the Crunch in this range at +1 would knock it out, but I'm sitting here thinking, well, my Amoonguss it's still got quite a lot of health left, and I'm not really losing anything by just sitting here Dragon Dancing. Basically, if he has got his Kangaskhan in the back, then I want to be able to do as much damage as I can do when he brings it in. So I'm sitting at a +2 Mega Tyranitar here, which is quite a scary prospect, I suppose. But I'm quite happy, because I know he's got his Talonflame. We're just waiting to see what his last Pokemon is, basically. I can't remember if he had anything potentially Scarf, like a Scarf Salamence in the back as well. Obviously, +2 would outspeed that now as well, so potentially another reason why I might have gone for another Dragon Dance there. But there's absolutely no reason for me not to just keep going for Rage Powder here. I go for Rock Slide, which maybe wasn't the most optimal move, because it doesn't actually knock out either of these Pokemon. But his Scrafty actually has the eject button, so that means that slot doesn't get to move this turn, so the eject button kind of works against him that turn, and he flinches with the Rotom there, which probably doesn't really make too much of a difference, because I mean the worst that he could do was really Hydro Pump my Amoonguss, and it would still survive the next turn. But because he did get that eject button off, he's got his Talonflame in safely now, and so I'm in a little bit of a sticky situation, because he can basically freely Brave Bird my Amoonguss here, which I am quite appreciating being on the field. He can Brave Bird my Amoonguss and knock that out before I knock the rest of his things out, basically, with my Tyranitar. But he does a nice little feint here. He takes his Talonflame back, probably expecting my Amoonguss to protect and not really appreciating the Brave Bird. But he brings his Scrafty in to put my Tyranitar back to +1, which, I mean, it's still pretty powerful, isn't it? But it means that this Amoonguss's Protect has been burnt this turn, so it can't protect next turn. The Rock Slide, we can see knocks out the Rotom, but I'm always paying attention to every sort of detail in these games, and I paid attention to exactly how much damage that Rock Slide does Scrafty as well, so I know that this is in range with another Rock Slide. That flinch on the Rotom maybe came into play here, because we can see my Amoonguss is just hung on there. But because he did bait out that Protect last turn, I can't Protect this turn, and so I withdraw my Amoongus, basically expecting him to Brave Bird it. I'm basically playing on my thinking was I would fodder off my own Talonflame because I would get some regenerator health back with Amoongus, and then Amoongus will be able to come in, Rage Powder for a couple more turns. This Talonflame will be going down, like either this turn or the next turn, and whatever he had left, if it was his Kangaskhan, then my Amoongus could at least Rage Powder for one turn, and 2 crunches would hopefully be able to knock it out. That was my thinking there. But he goes for the Fake Out on the Tyranitar, and he actually doesn't use Brave Bird on the Amoongus slot. He actually goes for a U-turn on it, which obviously the U-turn would have knocked the Amoongus out, but that kind of worked. Well, it definitely did work out in my favour, but I didn't really intend for it to work out that way. But he actually does reveal his last Pokemon to be Kangaskhan, which comes in now, and it Mega Evolves. Because his Scrafty has got Fake Out, I'm anticipating this Kangaskhan not to have Fake Out, but I want to be extra careful anyway, so I do just go for the Protect on my Tyranitar. And it turns out he probably doesn't have Fake Out on his, as he actually goes for the Protect as well. So this is a bit of a dead turn, because I do Brave Bird his Kangaskhan, he Drain Punches my Tyranitar. I basically wanted to get a bit of damage on that Kangaskhan so that a Crunch would knock it out the next turn. But I'm hoping here that my Rock Slide doesn't miss his Scrafty, and it doesn't. Basically, it does knock it out. That 10% didn't ruin this game. And the Flare Blitz, I go for Flare Blitz just because that extra sort of burn chance is nice, and he could potentially have Quick Guard as well on his Scrafty. So I'm always thinking about every potential move that could happen. He actually flinches. I did try to ask him if he had Power Up Punch or Hammer Arm. I don't really know what the answer was, but I think he had Power Up Punch, which my Kangaskhan my Tyranitar rather can survive. So I don't think that flinch mattered too much. Well, basically, I'm in a winning position now, because even if his Talonflame does go before mine, if it wins the speed tie, which I'm guessing it does, it must be jolly as well. He knocks out my my Talonflame. I am not taking chances. I'm just going for the Crunch on this Kangaskhan. I don't want to miss the Kangaskhan, and I know that this Talonflame can't do anything to Tyranitar if it's locked into Brave Bird. So that's basically the game sealed up for me, and this little side tournament I won, so I got a little bit of pride back after being knocked out of the LCQ the previous day, but it's better than nothing. And yeah, I did win a little sort of play mat for the trading card game, and some cards and whatever, but yeah, it was all good fun. So that's the end of this game, so there we go. Let's just wait for it to end. Yeah, I'm not risking anything stupid happening. I'm just going for the safe crunch, making the nice safe moves basically, and that's this game. So the end. There we go. So yeah, well, I've introduced myself now at the beginning of this video. I've probably waffled on for quite a long time. I can see that this is going to be quite a long video actually, so sorry about that. But yeah, if you've appreciated this, if you've enjoyed this, then press the like button and all the rest of it. Do that at your own will, not because I'm telling you to. If you like it, then feel free to do all that. But you don't have to. Just it helps the channel out and whatnot. But there you go. So the next videos that I put on will probably be on. I don't know when I'll do them actually. I have got them back on my computer now recorded. So. There's a few, I think there's 6 battles from the Super Speed tournament, which is basically a doubles tournament where there's only 3 Pokemon on each side and there's no team preview, so you just pick a lead that you like and go into every battle with that basically, and you've got 15 seconds to make your move in each battle. So it was quite an interesting tournament, and I've got a few games saved up as well, which are quite fun to watch back actually. But there we go. So I'm waffling again. So thanks for watching, guys, and hope you've enjoyed it. Bye for now.